because the love of money is the root of all evil. It's not that money is the root of all evil. It's the love of money. There's again, these words have meaning and nuance and power. Okay? They just do. And if you don't get that, then you're lost. You're just completely lost, and you're going to never get back on track. So let's, just me knowing the vague things about Elon Musk. Okay, he's a white boy from South Africa, and again, I could point out the parallels between the Republicans hating on Barack Obama and saying how he's not from America. But again, that would be too much for your feeble little minds to comprehend, apparently. Not that I don't entirely believe that one either, because again, all politicians are corrupt. All of them. They have to hide their misdeeds, and it kind of sucks like that. Which is why we have NDAs and whatnots and this, that, and the other. But it's just your casual American way, that was never supposed to be this way. But hey, what do I know? Apparently nothing, and I'm apparently always wrong. So I'll continue to be wrong and scream at nothing, which, funnily enough, the person that's close to me that may or may not see this video, which I kind of hope they do, is literally just screaming at a wall. He's just screaming at a wall. It's the tough part about being me. Is not being able to accurately disprove these people, because apparently they don't care about the vast majority. Because here's a little thing for you, which I can kind of agree with. Again, I can see both sides. After a while, your white people became the majority minority, which was a phrase coined by the radical left. Again, please don't fucking shoot me in the head or something, or do. It would be an easier solution, or a nice solution for me to no longer have to deal with the rest of y'all's bullshit. But what the fuck do I know? Again, I'm always wrong. So let's just go back here. Let's just go back to the self-made billionaire. Okay, as if that exists. I can understand millionaires. Okay, millions is achievable if you actually are a reasonable and logical and kind and caring. As much as those words cannot really prefix this word, businessman. But again, that's possible. But billions, unless you're being... Anyways, we all understand that point. Or at least anybody with a brain understands that point. We'll just start with the emerald mine. So apparently his dad was just such a terrible emerald miner that he somehow lost the mine or something, or basically gave it up, and so his son inherited it. Oh wow, yay. Infinite money glitch. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I suppose you can charge whatever you want for the Earth's materials that you didn't create, that were God's first. But whatever, we'll pretend God doesn't exist in this scenario. Cool, you've taken a mineral out of this Earth, and you've assigned it a value. Wow. Not everybody will agree with that value. I don't care about emeralds at all. At all. I barely care about the gold in this computer. Okay? I just don't. It serves me no purpose whatsoever. Okay? With where I am at in the world and my standing in the world, it literally has zero impact on me. Now multiply me, okay, a practically homeless American, and multiply that by a million other Americans. They wouldn't give a shit about that, okay? This is slightly against your capitalist society. Unfortunately. Again, I understand it's... As much as I would prefer socialism, because I am more leaning towards socialism than anything else, it's slightly better than the alternatives, because at the very least, theoretically, your money can be in a bank where it will never get stolen, other than when the banks do it, which, wow, that's Wow. That's what a can of worms to get in there. But it's not like they're stealing property, okay? They're stealing the physical representation of your time, your existence, your life. But let's just ignore that fact too. Let's just completely ignore that fact too, right? Right? So again, keeping this all in line with, Mr. Musk becoming a self-made billionaire, now he's like, okay, well, nobody wants my rocks. Nobody wants my shiny rocks anymore. What should I do? And apparently goes on to make some kind of loan or investment or purchase into PayPal, of which supposedly, again, I cannot peer review this or confirm nor deny or have any proof to throw up on screen for you. This is just me scrolling through my endless feeds trying to learn, because our education system failed us so fucking hard. But it didn't, because I have other things that I know that, before all this started going down. But whatever. Again, we're not here to talk about that. We're just here to talk about current events. So he pulls out a loan or something and owns or ends up buying PayPal. And honestly, I haven't heard of many people using PayPal aside from online, which again, online is where all your scammers are at. But let's just ignore that. Let's just move on past that and presume there's no scammers on the internet aside from the one that has magically, even though nobody wants his emeralds anymore, bought PayPal, a banking app, if you will, because I've never understood PayPal. I've tried to use PayPal. I hate PayPal. Wow, it's almost like I hate everything this person has ever touched. Anyways, beside the point. Nobody uses PayPal, aside from people that are constantly funneling money through this endless rug pull schemes and whatnot. I don't get it, because again, I don't use it because it's so far and beyond fucked that it's not worth it. Okay? It's, once again, pulling this back to the rocks that I don't care about and are not worth the value that he wants it to be worth. Again, he wants it to be worth. Now PayPal no longer has any value. Okay? Okay? And remember, you need to multiply me by however millions of Americans also don't like this stuff. So now, him being upset that he doesn't have any control over the money, decides, because again, also remember, I don't like money. He decides, well, where do I go from here? Oh, people are turning to social media. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, space is cool. Why don't I try and use my company that is just full of scammers putting money into their own pockets through, nefarious means? Why don't I try and go to space? Which, again, even though I don't like Bezos, he at least did it better. He at least did it better. I don't like him, but he did it better. He did it better. It's terrible to say that, though. Fuck. Moving on. Let's go to space. Oh, 4 or 5 rockets blow up. And again, my family likes to say, NASA had that issue. Okay, but NASA was also a group of people, not one person basically being a dictator. Even though I'm pretty sure anybody that's not from... God, this is gonna sound racist. I don't want to sound racist, but I'm pretty sure... I don't want to say North African because that just sounds worse. But I'm pretty sure I don't want to even call them warlords because they're just fighting for their freedom. But moving on, pretty sure any of your actual warlord dictators from South Africa would stomp that motherfucker in the dirt. Okay, that's just my opinion. Just my opinion. Arrest me for it if you want to, officer. moving on, because again, let's bring in a little bit of a scenario here. Not that I like Zuckerberg either, but literally Zuckerberg started preparing for the fight, and Elon Musk, being the egg Humpty Dumpty that he fucking is like backing down like the coward he is that hides behind money and litigation. But again, ignoring these analogies. So he fails and fails and fails, where NASA more or less most likely would have succeeded. And now finally, after how many attempts and how many emissions that, again, I'm pretty sure NASA would have been able to make sure didn't really happen, and not to mention debris falling into other countries, we'll just ignore that because we're not worried about global warming at all, because apparently it's just a cycle the Earth goes through every couple thousand of years, even though, you know, exponential factors are a thing, unless we forgot about our basic fucking math classes. But again, we'll ignore facts because apparently I ignore facts. All right. So he got some astronauts home from space now, which, wonderful, fantastic. I was worried they were actually never going to come down here, and that's like Ocean Gate, that's like the Titan sub, except space. Okay, we at least can go underwater. That's something we can physically do as normal human beings. We can go underwater. Now, still a lot of pressure, but again, here's the fact. A lot of pressure from going down, no pressure from going up. Whatever. The endless expanse of space is just, I guess, nothing now. Whatever. And now he is running a false government entity that he renamed, that was a government entity, because he is so prideful. He just can't, because he is like a living embodiment of pride and greed and gluttony. I don't know how many, I won't say lust, because I don't think he fucks. What are the other ones? Wrath? I mean, maybe, because he's taking it out on the American people that don't like him. Let's see. Envy, because, again, he's an unhappy little twat. Possibly. Sloth? No. Well, supposedly he slept in his own factory. That's a lie. Don't fucking let him lie to you. Don't fucking let him lie to you. I sleep on the floor of the factory that I work in, because I'm so goddamn tired all the time. Oh, I'm gonna have to edit that out, sorry. But whatever, I guess. I guess the court of public opinion, which is, again, there for a reason, doesn't matter at all. Okay, all right. That makes sense to me. It doesn't, but it does, because money. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I don't fucking get it. So now they're wanting to sit here and say, oh, the Jan 6 rioters didn't do this, didn't do that. Well, you see, they were attacking police officers because a certain president didn't want to willingly give up his office. Now, mind you, again, I still don't entirely think that the 2020 election was 100% fair. But at this point, I don't think there's any, I mean, there is, but I don't think, there's no going back and fixing it. Okay, what's done is done. You just got to accept it and move on. That's the worst part, is at some point, and I know, again, me bitching here and complaining isn't me accepting moving on. I mean, I am, okay? I just have to, because what are we going to do? I mean, time will tell what we're going to do, but I don't know.